Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2019. It's Career Mode Episode 4. We head into Stage 2 for the Tour of Oman, and then we're going to be wrapping up Tour Colombia as well. Right now, Cantor sits in 7th, Narvaez in 10th. And there's definitely a couple little punchy climbs towards the end of this one, so we can see the group dwindle considerably. Logan Owen, the only one on the negative conditions, so I've got plenty of stronger riders to get through what we need for the Tour of Oman. We'll see how we do. "26 kilometers, you can see there's riders moving forward because they know that the action is about to intensify. All 120 riders in the race are in the peloton. Breakaway has already been caught, but we've got 2 Category 3 climbs coming up before the finish. We roll along, and outside the thunder rolls here at my house, and rain is just starting to come down in awkward ways too, so if it gets a little noisy, I apologize, but I'm actually enjoying it myself. I always like a good thunderstorm. Nice little constant rumble on this one. Alright, let's go ahead and ride on board as the first of the 2 climbs begin. I do not believe... What is going on here? There is no attack whatsoever. I do not believe that this is going to end in a bunch sprint, but right now things would suggest that it might just do that. It's 23 kilometers. I don't think we're in a position to do this, but I've got to try something, right? It's worth the effort. Sprinters to the back, even though they are not good climbers. And we're going to get some climbers out front. And we're going to make a push. We're going to try something here. Especially right now where we're on the climb and my riders are literally just on the front and nobody wants to take over. So let's do it. Let it be us. Alright. Narvaez, strongest punchy guy. I'm going to put him in the back just in case. Oh no, not the back, not the back. In front of sprinters. Cantor being the sprinter that we're going to actually try to protect. And he's going to get Brian to lead him out. And then Banachek. And then they'll follow Narvaez. And let's see. Owen. And McNulty going that early. That's scary. And then Erminout is going to burn some energy right now. Use his gel right now. And we're going to just make things difficult here. But having all my riders just right there already makes this pretty easy. It's not damaging the rest of my team. He's already past the steep stuff. Nice thing is it looks like we're gonna take this climb. Might have heard that one.
We're just 20 kilometers from the finish, so things should come down to a mass sprint for the line.
Ooh, Erminol's gonna have the jersey potentially. I think McNulty might have a little bit better chance of that now, though. Alright, we're gonna be downhill for a while, so let me see if I can... 89, he's recovering.
The pace has slowed somewhat. It's perhaps due to fatigue, but I'd bet on some sort of tactical choice.
There you go. He can roll an 89, but it's not doing any damage to the field. But it is setting me up for what's to come. And from 16 kilometers out, you're going to get what you're going to get.
The riders are entering the last
Action in the
15
back.
kilometers of the stage.
We'll watch from the front so we can at least keep an eye on riders coming up at us. But Ermino leading this descent. It is going to flatten out. We're going to have that sprint point before we go up the climb. So that's where Ermino is going to have some damage done. But you can see that even though he's holding on the short-term attack bar, the longer attack bar is just about out. So it's time for McNulty to take over.
Meaning that an attack is highly unlikely.
McNulty take it over at a 90. And you can see it's doing some damage, but he could hang on.
The riders just passed the 10 kilometers roadside.
And things are leveling off at sprint point. Being challenged. Gibbons, Rayevich, and a third man. They'll ease up here right through it. There you go. And McNulty doing just fine right now. See Ermino hurting, but not just fully running out. So this pace at a 90. Okay, here comes the climb. Let's focus in on it now. This is the steepest section, so McNulty is definitely going to be doing some damage to the field here. It's 1.8 to the top.
We're into the last 5 kilometers.
The sprinters. Brian's done. Let's see. Cantor, can you get back on? Good. Yeah, there you go. Brian's being dropped, and Spora Rider just... Polyansky just hanging on. McNulty's done, so let's get Owen out now. And he's gonna go... Sticking with the 90, because I have these sprinters. McNulty, I'm not going to give up yet, because we got Narvaez. That's points over the top. There we go. Logan, Owen, 8. McNulty, Ermino, 6. Narvaez has 4 points. If you can, I want you to grab onto the back. I don't want you gone. Alright, now it's 3 kilometers, and it is downhill and steep. So we're going to try to attack this full on 99 and see how this goes.
Oh my, the guys up front aren't going to be making
Split, 23 riders. Okay, the guys are recovering. Now, that means I need my sprinters to come out now. Banajek, yeah. Banajek, hold on first. Everybody use your gel. Banajek, you're going to come over the top. And should I sprint you yet? No. Go effort, high effort. There goes Sagan. Sagan's already going for it. 600 meters. It's 600 meters from here. Here comes the whole pack, but Cantor's in a good position to get up to maybe third. Peter Sagan takes the win. Betty all second. Oh, Cantor just missing over Phillipson. So close, but that's a top 5. And it's a small group finish. 22 riders. Small split. 22 more. They'll probably get same time. 23 more. They're coming in bunches. I don't know if they're going to give the time gaps or not. We've had well over 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and we got group after group after group. There's an absolute split there, but will all of those guys be on the same time to 3:30 to those 3? Ermino coming in, and that's the final riders. So is everybody on the same time except the final 5 riders? Or do we have splits? Do we have many splits? A few splits? Start at the bottom. There's those last 5 at 3:32 down. And they gave same freaking time to everyone. No, there's one split. One split decided. So 45th on down lost a minute. They put in one split and one split only, but at least it separated 45th on back down to a minute. Because now in the overall, we're looking a little bit better. Because now there's just 40 riders in contention. And I've got 6 of them. And we've got the Mountain Climbers jersey for the moment. Alright, so next up will be the final stage for the Tour Columbia, stage 6 of 6. We'll see what we can do on that one. I put Sepp Kuss in the breakaway here on the final stage of Tour Columbia. He's 21st overall, but at over 3.5 minutes down, they're not worried about him for the general classification. What he is, though, is he is second in the Mountain Climbers, and he's actually in a 3-way tie with Quintana and Gogard for the lead in that. Rabbit's just 2 points behind, Dumoulin just 4 points behind. But we've got 4 Category 3 climbs with 6 points available over the top, plus 20 points available at the final climb. So, expecting one of those guys to win, we're going to need to get, well, pretty much every Category 3 climb won for Sepp Kuss. And then ultimately what I'd like to do with him is, after winning those climbs, if he can pull it off, he can get away with maybe 1 second place, and that would be about it.
Several riders are attempting to break away.
There's still more attacks. Dang it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're going to have 10 riders in the break eventually, as more riders have set to join us. Back off a little bit more here as those 8 riders come on board. Now, this could be a real challenge because I think there are some big names here. Oh, yeah, there are. Yes, there are. There are some really big names in this breakaway group. So, Ivan Sosa is who was with us already. He's a 78 in mountains. Tom Skujins, a 70. Cavagna, okay, not so bad. Seacard, a 73. Dunbar's a 73. Solano's a 73. Eisenhart. Conchi is a 72. And Gegenhardt. By the way, I still don't understand this one bit. Gegenhardt is one of the most underrated riders out there, I think, based on these ratings. Gegenhardt, no, he's not an 80 plus, okay? He's not that good. But I think Gegenhardt is probably like a 78 or 79 in the mountains. I think he's probably a 76 on hills. I think he is vastly underrated. I think his stamina is mid-70s because you see him late in stages over and over and over again as one of the final riders for Sky and just putting in crazy amounts of time on the front of the peloton up massive climbs and dropping rider after rider after rider after rider out the back of the group. With that said, let's continue on. Kuss gonna have to step it up to stay here in the group. And I think for the most part, we'll be kind of riding on board with that one until those climbs. Trying to keep things to a minimum. Now back in the peloton. Not so far behind, but that is a 2-minute gap. So it is opening up. Venipol, of course, is our highest placed rider, and he's looking good today. He's got that high fitness at 95%, really showing 10th overall, 2 minutes down. King, a protected rider, but only to survive a little while. Mater, the other protected rider, he's 747 down, so we'll use them up. Now, the plan ultimately here is for Koos to do what he can to win each of these 4 categorized climbs. And then, hopefully, the group will still be far enough ahead when they hit the climb that halfway up, they'll be caught. If that happens, if that's the case, Koos, when they hit the base of that climb, he's going to ride nice and easy and just hang on to the group as long as he can so that he still has some energy. So that as Evenepoel comes up, he'll use up Mater to get to Koos. Now, will it go that way? Chances are it won't, but we'll try. So we've got a long stage ahead of us here in the saddle. Koos, I really need Koos to actually kind of recover. So why don't we just do a maintain position for a little bit. Hopefully the group doesn't suddenly attack because one guy decides he's not working when Ivan Sosa and Gegenhardt and Conchi are already not contributing. More pace as the group tries to pull away. They've got over 2 minutes on the peloton. I don't think the peloton's going to make life very easy on this group. And because of the power in this group, I mean, there are some very, very strong riders. Every single one of them is a name in the sport, even more so than Sepp Kuss. So Sepp Kuss is clearly the young guy, the weak guy in this group. I mean, Eisenhardt's not a big name, but still. 3 Skyriders. Ineos. My bad. I knew I was going to do that. I knew I was going to do that at some point. 3 Ineos riders here in this group. That's dangerous. Excuse me. Okay, well, they haven't left Koos behind, so I like that. At some point, though, they probably would attack him. Now we have 5.5 kilometers to the top of this first climb. There you go. There's 5 kilometers to the summit. Let's get a look at the profile. It gets really steep just right at the end. That's the final maybe 1.5 kilometers. Now, I'm a weak climber, so we'll see how many of these guys decide they want to go for the points. Let's pause for a second. I need to double check this competition, see who's in it. Solano's no points, C card. Cavagna's got 6 points, so he's 14 behind. Sosa has 4 points. That's good for us that there's a 14-point cushion over anybody else in here. There's only 2 guys that are in this competition at all. Two and a half. I'm afraid of the challenge that these guys are going to pose.
Whoa, there's an attack from inside the breakaway group.
Alright, let's go. Let's go. Come on, Koos. Come on, get me some points, buddy. No. No points. None. Only top 3 in the placings earn points. What are you doing? Just sit on. Not worried about the sprint. Actually, it doesn't seem anybody's worried about the sprint. That's actually really bad news. The entire group is here for the mountain climbers competition.
Several riders are literally disintegrating due to the rhythm
And or stage. I would imagine Gegenhardt's looking for the stage. But again, ratings largely undervalued. Alright. You need to get yourself some water, and we need to send somebody else back. Booms. Sure. Booms, get some water. There you go. Back up here with Koos. Another climb coming. Very gradual. We're already going uphill. It's 10K. I like that I actually finally started to get some recovery because I was definitely struggling here. Gap's 240 to the field. I feel like I need to attack early, and that's the only way that I'm going to get over the top first, because these guys are way stronger than I am. I need to attack early and open a little gap. Like now would be a good time. 5K to the top. Thin the group out a little bit, right? Okay, relax. 7 riders now. We left 3 riders behind, at least at the moment. That's positive for what I'm trying to do. 3.9K. Ah, they're coming back. The way the field is accelerating, I need to defend against that. Let's try again. Yeah, see, they do not want to let an attack go. 7 riders again. Solano. And these guys are really going for it, all 7. Whoa, look at them just ride me off their wheel. I'm a 92 and I just got ridden off the wheel.
That's half the race done. There should be a lot more movement from now on in.
Nowhere near the points again. Koos is screwed. Maybe I should just let him go back to the field. So we could actually use him on the final climb. It's a big gap back there, but we are so far out of this thing. And you can see who's not really interested in going for it. Gegenhardt, Dunbar, Scoogens, Eisenhart. Eisenhart not a climber. Scoogens not like the others anyway. Dunbar probably working for Gegenhardt for the stage. And meanwhile these guys are contesting the climbing jersey.
The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly increased its speed.
Alright, Koos. We are literally just going to cruise now. He's out of it. So let's go ahead and take an aerial view. Take in the sights for a while. 67 kilometers still left in this one. Koos is not going to work. He's not going to ride hard. If he gets dropped, then we'll ride really gentle and ride back to the field. Right now there's a 50-second gap between the 2 groups. Ultimately, I created the gap, but I could not contend with the other riders. They are just much too strong. And we're a little bit weak. Koos, not a bad rider, but not on the par with the other guys here. Sad thing is, he actually has the highest mountain ratings of my riders, but he's just not there right now. He's been having these headaches.
The pack is increasing its work rate.
Feeling ill.
Can't be happy with the breakaway.
Glad we went with Evenepoel as that team leader, because Koos is just off. And you can see it here. I mean, he should be able to hang with these guys a little bit better, but ultimately he's not. Well, the gap's 2 minutes in front, 2 minutes behind, so these guys are in no man's land right now. There's the peloton. Getting some climbs here besides this lake. Pretty serious climb here. There's the real serious climb.
I'm always serious.
Oh. Siri thought I was talking to her.
Trying to give his pals the slip.
Somehow, Koos... Oh no, he just got dropped. So Koos riding back to the pack. Saving his energy for later. He's already wasted so much. Let me see. It's Iking that was the one. Yeah. So Barta is going to protect Koos as soon as he gets back into the group. Just 40 seconds now. He'll get over the top first, compared to the rest of us.
There are several riders who can't keep up with the pace.
Down to 10 seconds over the field. Ooh, we're losing riders off the back over the top of the climb. There we go, back into the group, and we need to pick up the effort level now. Pushing another climb here. I need water one final time. Iking's gonna go get that. Go over the top of this climb, there you go. Downhill for a little while, and then it'll begin. Plan already not according to plan, so we're on to plan B. Plan B better include Iking getting water soon. Those 9 riders off the front are going to be difficult to catch. Almost 4 minutes, and a lot of strong riders there. Chase group of 11 trying to get back onto the back end of the peloton. Iking did finally get water, so he's on his way back up. Just about there now, and without wasting energy, so that makes me happy. We did catch the back group, so Gegenhardt's group is back into the peloton now. Just 5 riders left off the front, but they still have 3.5 minutes lead over the pack. Water's taken care of for the rest of the race. It's 28 kilometers. 28 kilometers. Koos, a little less than he would normally be strength-wise after we used up some of that, but it'll still be useful in the climb at least. And again, it's Venipol, Koos, and Mater who are our strong guys here, and it's Venipol who's kind of in that overall contention for us. Little category 3 climb here. We'll keep an eye on that sprint jersey. It's gone, by the way, now. Koos's chances of getting that jersey are done. Still in that top end, though. Cavagna's got 16. Sosa's got 16 now, as they're out there. We'll see if they get caught before the end. 3.5 minutes is a pretty good lead. And there's the top for us. Gonna come downhill a little bit, but not much. There won't be much recovery over the top of this one. Be on the flat for a little bit, and then, wow, that is crazy steep. It's actually the first time I've seen the steepness that gets the black color. It'll level off a little bit after that section before ramping up again, and then levels off just a little bit at the top. Pretty soon we'll get back down into the on-board for this one. Venipol looking strong. Koos, Mater, doing okay. Venipol just starting to take a little bit of suffering. This is the pre-climb before the climb, but the climb's coming pretty soon. Should be able to see it right around here.
There are just 10 kilometers left.
10.4 kilometers is the climb. 8.6% average gradient with 1,000 meters of climbing. This is nothing compared, but when we turn this corner here in just a second, it's going to ramp up.
The riders are going through a very
And
tough
here we
portion
go.
with percentages above 10%.
Those 5 riders off the front have a 3-minute cushion. I've got my riders right where they need to be, right at the front of the group. Vashek is getting used up real quick, so I suppose we'll start by riding with him. He's on Evenepoel duty now. It's Ikings who's going to take over in a moment. And Iking is right there in the perfect position. Vashek just out now. So we'll swap these guys, and then Vashek is going to be done. We'll put him on auto, but we'll ride with him for a little bit as he goes out the back. .95 riders still struggling their way along. And, there are attacks. There are attacks. And they're the riders that I can't keep up with. Profile. That's not a Jesus Herrera Pinto. Okay. I thought I saw Quintana going. Oh, they're going alright. They are going alright. So if Evenepoel needs to go, I mean, this is the group to get in. And Mader needs to go. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Kus. Maybe he needs to just try to hang in the group. If the group comes back at us, he'll still have some energy, but he doesn't have much here. Go Mader. Go Evenepoel.
Again, an attack is launched. The group has to break apart.
Okay, Mader. You're going to protect Evenepoel. Whoa, protect! That was a fail. Now, if I can get here in a group of like 5 or 6...
And there's an attack at the front. He could go all the way.
So I don't see how we don't have any splits at this point. Iking. Barta. Okay, you guys are hanging on. Protective Evenepoel. So apparently the only reason why they haven't split off are my guys are just holding the gap. They're back together? They are back together. Good. But that did so much damage to my guys. Oh, they're not quite back together now. Coming up on the 5K to go banner. Mader's done. Kus is just about done. Evenepoel is pretty much going to be on his own here. Use his gel now while he still has energy left. There's still 76 riders in this peloton. This is amazing. The group never split. It's essentially Evenepoel that pulled them back. Alright, this is going to start ticking off. I'm going to make my attack here. We're going to go for it. There you go, Evenepoel
Oh my, the guys up front aren't going to be making too many friends today.
with Brambilla. Save it, save it. Can you ride with Yates a little bit? No? Okay, well, it's a group of 12 now. So we finally did get a split, but Evenepoel 6 on the front. Okay, 7 on the front. Oh, that's the 5 riders from the break. Gotcha.
This win is well
Ivan Sosa takes it from the breakaway. Carapaz takes second to Mulan. So 1 surviving rider from the break to Mulan, Quintana, Sivakov. Conchi takes 6th. Yates, Lambrecht, Brambila, Masnada. Those guys are all from the break. Well, some of them. Schelling, Hermans, Pinto was in the break. I'm there with Harada. I get 16th on the stage. Not very good. We'll see how these standings look, because there was definitely the 5 riders in the break that were up there. They're going to be a little further down the standings. But the chances of that top 10, or even that top 5 that we needed, top 5 definitely didn't happen, but can we get top 10, or is it going to be a top 25? So 16th on the stage, with 5 of those riders being breakaway riders that were further down in the standings. So, essentially 11th on the stage, and we were 10th overall before. Can we hang on to a top 10 position? This is a tricky one. This is a very tricky one. Time was 2:32 down. I'm only 4 seconds behind. Wow, I rode in with those guys, but okay, we came in together. Cross the line with them. They give me 4 seconds off the pace of them. Hopefully I'm not 4 seconds down or less to 10th place, or I'll be pretty upset about that one. Okay, we hung on to 10th. Good. Yeah, it's not a top 5. Sponsor wanted a top 5. But this is one of the top objectives of the entire year, and a top 10 is only 1 step below. So we just about hang on to it. Sepp Kuss drops to 28th overall. Mater, 44th. Not worried about their positioning. It would have been nice to get the Mountain Climbers jersey, but Ivan Sosa takes it with the stage win. Nairo Quintana picks up 10 points on the final climb. Mulan picks up, 10? 12 points? Evenepoel gets 3rd in the under 25s. And we get 10th as a team with the big dogs in the top 5. Lotto Soudal, only 8th for them. AG2R, just 12th. But yeah, so we hang on to 10th overall. That worked out. Could it have gone better? Yeah, maybe. But we just about did what we needed to do. Let's go ahead and move forward a day, though, and see how bad the damage is, because it's still going to be a negative. Drops us even further. But there you go. Instead of a complete failure, it's only a partial failure. And it's these races that are just much too much. Tour of Oman, again, it's all World Tour guys. Mallorca, World Tour guys. Colombia, World Tour guys, all around me. So just getting into the top 10 was a heck of a job. But they wanted top 5. Now, Tour of Utah will be a little, not saying much, but a little easier to get a top 5. But by then it won't matter. It's already August. Top 3 at Sarthe. I don't know this race. But if it's in France, you could bet AG2R is probably going to be there. There could be definitely some World Tour teams for that one as well. So, sponsors not making it easy on us at all for a continental team. They're hitting us and hitting us hard. So at this point, an acceptable rating could be the best we could hope for this season. But once we get past some of these sponsor objectives and get into some continental races, maybe if we can claim some victories, maybe we'll get a little boost from it, but I don't see how much of a boost we might get, because even now the results are halfway, but the registered riders are low because we don't have the huge names. Squad evals at least okay. Let's see, what do we have? Okay, Mont Ventoux. Wow, really? Jeez. At least that's a half star. Top 10 to the top of Mount Ventoux. My sponsor is crazy on what they want. I mean, this is all top 5s. These are really hard objectives. This stage win for Tour of Oman is going to be tough. We've managed to top 5, right? We so close to a stage top 3. So close. That was millimeters off a top 3. But we're still not even hitting a podium, let alone a stage win. And that's our biggest objective of the year. Full 4 stars here for Tour of Oman. We've still got, 4 more stages to do it, though. So there's a chance. There is still a chance. But it's going to be a difficult one. Let's go ahead and call it there with Tour Colombia complete. Now, we only got a couple stages in here today, but in the Continental rankings, we're 4th at the moment. I mean, that's crazy. It's all Continental Pro teams to Saint Michel. So we're looking good on that front. 23rd right now in the rankings. I mean, that is pretty amazing. But yet, sponsor, not happy. They are holding some pretty high standards. We'll see if we could at least maintain neutral and not lose money going into next year, because right now I have a lot of money to spend, even if we don't go up, but we don't want to see that go down. So hopefully we can hang on. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.